Hey, you guys, it's Brandy Chanel. Welcome back to my channel. So, listen, we're going to go ahead and review the Candace show that came on last night. Without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, you guys, so let's get into the season six, part two review of the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. Okay, aka the fucking Candace show. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. Candace and Mia are arguing. Mia says that her mom wanted to tell her story. Mia then calls Candace a spoiled brat, something she picked up last year when everyone was calling her a spoiled brat because she studies the show. I don't give a fuck what she says. Mia says Candace's ass whooping is overdue and to watch her back. And what did Andy say in response to that? You guessed it, nothing. He said nothing. Okay, and so Giselle says, I hope she does not hit you because she's three times your size. Candace then responds and says, well, you encouraged her. No, not the Giselle Bryant who last year told everyone that we have managed to be above the stereotype. Not that Giselle. Now, I know that ain't what Giselle said last year, but now this year you're condoning violence. I know that's not what's going on here, especially when you showed your entire ass and brought a damn security guard to the reunion because you were so afraid of what Chris and Monique might do. But now you understand where Mia is coming from. Girl, we see right through you. I ain't even fooling with you. Karen brings up Candace telling her to go to eternal hell. Karen says that they don't cut below the belt. They do it with a twist of humor. What y'all please down in the comment section tell me what is humorous about calling somebody a whore from Hampton. What's humorous about that? It's not the fact that it's humorous. It's the mere fact that you don't land your reads. That's what it is. That's what it stems from. Okay, when Candace reads, it lands, it sticks. When you read, it's nothing. It's birds, it's crickets. Okay, but it's funny. But it still cuts below the belt, honey. A sing. You were trying to make fun of that woman's mental health, but yet we sitting up here tripping about Candace saying, yo mama, get the fuck out of here. You got me fucked up. Like they were literally moving the goalposts. And this is what we mean by colorism. Because this cast is telling Candace, you are hitting below the belt. Candace is responding, no, I don't. I'm not doing anything different than what y'all are doing. Okay. And then she goes example by example by example. And then they are coming back, moving the goalpost. Oh, we don't respond to 100% of the comments that are made to us. It's made with a little twist of humor. This had nothing to do with Giselle. When I saw Ashley, I saw red. All that doesn't matter. You still cut below the belt. You still cut below the belt. And I understand Candace's frustration because these women are literally doing this bully sorority type approach when it comes to Candace. They're doing that. And we all see it, and Candace sees it, and that's why she's calling it out. But Candace, I'm going to need you to stop going to New York, rolling around with Ashley, because it's looking a little suspect, sis. That's why I don't understand it. These women are sitting here playing in your face, and you out here hanging with them. Candace is bringing up example after example. Giselle wearing the t-shirt, making fun of Karen's tax issues. Candace says that everyone body shames. Everybody body shames on this show. Stovepipe legs, saggy titties. Everybody has body shamed on this show. Not only that, Giselle also talked about Mia's big feet. But we're only mad at Candace. I understand. Ashley responds and says it's karma because she has saggy titties now too. Girl, bye. There is a question of Candace needing anger management. Candace don't need no motherfucking anger management, okay? What y'all need to do is y'all need to leave a girl alone, okay? What Candace does need to learn how to do is control her emotions, okay? That I will give to her. You need to control your emotions. You need to bring it in and be strategic about how you're going to respond to these women. That's what you need to do. That's the only critique I could give you. Okay? Only critique. Andy asked the question to Wendy about how Candace responds to others. Wendy says, when Candace responds, it lands. It's all about timing, right? Because Kenya and Candace will say something and it's all about timing and intelligence. Their reads are very intelligent. But so when Candace tells Mia, I went light on you with the yo mama comment, what she's saying is I could have went deeper. What I had in my mind, how you're set up, how your whole background is set up, I could have really went below the belt, but I decided not to. Okay? I just threw you a little elementary read. Your mama, bitch. Your mama. But yet it still doesn't matter because we're still mad about your mama, even though we are the community that created the Yo Mama roast. We're the community that created the Yo Mama jokes. Wasn't there a whole TV show about it? Girl, bye. Anyway, Candace says, what is she supposed to do when she responds? And Karen interrupts, says, you may not need to respond because we'll just tune you out. So you're gonna contribute and do the same thing that the ladies did last season to your friend Monique. So you clocked it then, but you don't clock it now. Instead, you're just gonna join in. Karen, you full of shit. You with your witch looking ass. You is full of shit. Okay, you're full of shit. I'm ugh. Anyway, Giselle says she's been here for 6 years and she's never gotten to an altercation. Candace responds and said that she is the worst reader and that okay, so she says she's been here 6 years and she's never been into an altercation. And she says she brings up the situation where Giselle brought in Robin to Ashley's restaurant that one season where Ashley was running amok. Okay, run her fucking mouth. And then, Robin walked up on her and said, this is putting my hands in your face. Y'all can't see myself. This is putting my hands in your face. That's what she did. Okay. Now, if Ashley had decided to clock her, she would have been willing to her right? Because according to y'all, someone talking crazy, someone getting your face, you are allowed to hit them. And even then, Giselle was singing a whole nother tune than what she did last season. Because last season, she didn't understand it. She didn't hold Candace accountable. I don't think that Candace was responsible for what happened to her last year. Now, the breakdown in her friendship with Monique, absolutely. The fight that her and Monique had, I don't think she was responsible at all. And everyone agreed with me on the show. Okay, all the women on the show had my mindset when it came to Candace and Monique's fight. But now we're changing up our tune, even though they have contributed in some very aggressive altercations, right? It may not have been fighting, but it could have potentially got into a fight, right? That whole situation between between Robin and Ashley at the restaurant, that whole situation between Robin and Monique. Oh, Robin, you've been very aggressive throughout the course of this show. You've been very aggressive, but no one has called you aggressive. But yet Wendy is aggressive because of what she says to you. Candace is aggressive because of how she responds to you. Girl, I'm not finna do this with y'all today. Candace says that Giselle is the worst reader, so that's a bad example. Yeah, Giselle, you are the worst reader. None of your reads land. You're worse than Karen, as a matter of fact. Like, you and Robin, Robin's reads don't exist. All she can do is say, what? What are you talking about? That doesn't even make any sense. Like, what are you talking? That's all she can do. She ain't got no reads, no comebacks, no nothing. So y'all are bad examples. Y'all are horrible examples. Candace says she's aware of herself and that they are not aware of themselves, saying that you all are very antagonistic. You all are very antagonistic. You know what you're doing when you do this shit. They know what they was doing when they was bringing up the Eddie rumors. They knew what they was doing when they was there at Candace's video shoot, and her mom was going around asking questions, and they was something trying to get the tea over there. They knew exactly what they were doing. You were very antagonistic. And when someone claps you on it and reads you down, now you want to play victim. That's not how any of this works. Stop it. Please stop. Um, Candace says everyone has done something. Robert responds and says, you don't think you take it a step further. No. No. Okay. No. I was watching Contrary Canary's review of the reunion part 1, and she says that Karen is not smart, right? Karen, Giselle, and Robin are not smart. They keep saying that Candace takes it a bit further, but yet it was just the first part of the reunion. Karen says that no one's better at it than me and Giselle. And Contrary Canary, she brought that shit up. Y'all are so dumb. Y'all are dumb. Y'all are dumb. Y'all don't know what y'all be saying half the time. Like, think. Come on, Ray, think. Shit. Candace responds and says she's just good at wielding her words. Andy says, it seems like the girls are giving you big sister advice. Candace responds to my sister is, I'm good, I hear you. No, that wasn't big sister advice. It wasn't. It was gaslighting. It was antagonistic. It was bullying. It was not no good advice. And when Candace says, I'm good, I hear you, I think what Candace was saying was, you know what, I'm good, I hear y'all, whatever. Y'all full of shit. Okay. Y'all motherfuckers full of shit and I ain't changing. And I hope you don't change how you approach these bitches next season. I hope you don't. Okay. Andy says Mia has become a disaster on social media. She says she owns it, but then blames her social media manager. Y'all, I honestly, like I said, we don't like Mia on this channel. We don't. Okay. And by me, I mean me and the people who watch me, we don't like Mia. Okay. We really don't like Mia. Okay. And the reason why we don't like Mia is because she's sitting there saying, you know, yes, I own it. Yeah, I am a disaster on Twitter. I own it. And she really was just trying to do that because she was trying to prove that she's better than Candace. And that's all. And we know that. We can see right through that shit. But you're not owning it because you're still lying. You're still lying. Your damn social media manager. Girl, you ain't got no goddamn social media manager. And they clocked her for that shit. They clocked her for that. Mia says she owns being a disaster. But she has a social media manager. Candace asks, did the social media manager block her or did Mia? Mia says social media manager is someone she knows. May the real social media manager please stand up. I bet you do know her. You look at her in the mirror every fucking day, you dummy. Wendy asked the question, is your social media manager waking up at 7 a.m. in the morning to make tweets about Escala? Exactly. What is her hours? What is the social media manager's hours? Because these tweets, little Instagram posts that Mia be putting up be super early in the morning. So is she on the job as soon as she wakes up? Like, what's going on here? Girl, if you don't stop all your lies. Escala comes with some receipts of Mia's tweets. Mia's sitting up there like a big dummy, looking through them like she don't know where it came from. Girl, if you don't stop here. Wendy asked me, how did the social media know that Escala lived in a townhouse? Period. Like, I'm gonna need, yeah, see, this is what I be talking about. I said it on Scotty's panel not too long ago. I think it was the last panel I was on. That y'all go up for the liars and the whores, okay? And Mia, what it sounds like, she fits both those boxes, okay? She checks off the list on both of them, okay? This woman is sitting here lying. She is lying through her bad skin. And we're supposed to believe she got a social media manager. And then here y'all are. I saw some of y'all on Twitter. At least she owned it. At least she owned it. No, she didn't. She's still lying. And after being caught in the lie, she's going to continue to lie again. That's not owning it. You're still lying. You're not owning it if you're lying about it. Those two don't go hand in hand, sir. Anyway, there was a question about Escala and Candace saying that Mia was classes, but they are classes as well. You know, Escala is then dismissed and Andy breaks for lunch. Andy breaks ladies for lunch. As far as the classism conversation goes as it pertains to Mia and Candace and Escala, I have yet to hear a Scholar or Candace repeatedly say, I am from this background, I make this much money, that is where the classism comes in. Because every time we saw Mia, she's a boss. She makes $450,000 a year. Okay. Only time we've actually ever heard Candace mention anything about how much money she makes or where she come from is when she responded to Monique. I think it was season 4 when they was wearing that all white. When Monique says she was proud of being from the hood, and Candace says, "Well, I'm proud of being from a club, country club background." And we don't know how much a scholar and a Scholar and Candace, how much they make a month. We don't know that. We don't know that. But we know about Mia's. Because Mia is, I'm sorry, Mia is new money. She is new to the rich crew. She is very much so new. Because like a Scholar said, it's very tacky to tell people how much you make. Okay? It's very, very tacky. Rich people, real rich people, I'm talking real rich people, don't do that shit. Okay? Have y'all ever noticed Jay-Z never walks around with a bunch of chains? He can be the richest man in the world. He can be the richest man in the room not wearing any type of jewelry. Do y'all ever know how the richest people are never that flashy? They are, and what they wear is very basic because they know it is tacky to be always talking about what you got on and how much you make and how much what you got on cost. Okay? So miss me with that. Y'all, that was a reach, okay? Okay, so Wendy checks in on Candace. They talk. I'm glad that Wendy went to go talk to Candace. Because I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of side eyeing you a little bit, Wendy. I'm not gonna lie, I was, but you I'm glad you checked on her because I feel like Wendy and Candace can see through the bullshit and they're calling it out. They're not scared to call them out. And I hope that Candace and Wendy stay friends because if Candace, Wendy, and a Scholar link up, this whole colorism shit is not going to go down too much further. It's not. Okay, so they go through Giselle and Karen's package. Giselle gets emotional about the whole I guess they were told to say something nice about each other. And, Giselle said she appreciated Karen hugging her daughter and she got emotional about that. And they hugged. I thought it was bullshit. I thought it was fake, 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 fake. I thought it was fake. And the reason I thought it was fake is because y'all have been knowing each other for years. So of course, Karen knows your daughter. And I'm pretty sure she's seen your daughter prior to that day. Okay. I feel like she just did that to kind of prove to us that she is emotional. I think that not Candace, but Karen and Giselle's beef is strategic. It's strategic. Okay, because without it, what do they have to talk about? Without the beef between Karen and Giselle, what else do they got going on? We don't want to hear about the institution between Ray and Karen. We don't want to hear that. Okay, because we know it hasn't been a great institution as we could see last year. So we don't want to hear that. What are we talking about with Giselle? Because it's already been confirmed that she ain't got no man and she can't keep no man. So what else are we talking about? Are we still talking about her house? We're still talking about her fashions. It's straight strategic, okay? Karen did not apologize for calling Giselle a broken hoe. That was funny. That was okay, but your mama is just so below the belt. Got it. They spoke about Wendy looking at Giselle's daughter crazy. So this is something I didn't even really see coming. Like, so Giselle, somehow they talked about Wendy and Giselle, right? And Giselle says that Wendy was looking at her daughter crazy. Now, when they played it back, she was kind of looking at her crazy, and I think she was looking at her outfit crazy because the dress that Grace had on, it was a little short, but Grace is what, 16, 17, 8, she damn near grown. So, whatever case may be. But I guess because of Wendy's background, it reminds me of how the old people, not the old people, Wendy ain't old, but the elders be looking at the child and they got some, if they got something on that's kind of scandalous or kind of dainty, it's a very judgmental look, right? So she was kind of looking at her crazy, but she apologized. And then she asked for an apology from Giselle. And Giselle didn't want to give the apology because she, in her mind, she was defending Carter and Cruz's daddy. See, but the thing is, had you not have brought the shit up at all on the show, there would be no need for an apology that you needed to give to uh, Wendy's kids. It wouldn't be no need for an apology. There would be no need for you to defend Eddie had you not have brought up the rumor on the show. There would be no need. You knew what you were doing. It was very intentional. It was. It was. Karen, we find out that at that table, Karen had called Giselle a drug addict and an alcoholic. But yet we're gonna sit here and act like what Candace said was below the belt. It is perfectly fine. It is fine to call Giselle an alcoholic, to call her a drunk, to call her a drug addict, to say she went to Sing Sing for her mental health. All that is just humor. It's humor, and it's a read with a twist of humor, right? But yo mama, boy, yo mama is something heartbreaking. Child, please get out of here. Um, Giselle then turns to Candace and says, "You see how her and Karen was so going back and forth across the table, and not a fight, and a fight didn't break out." Um, I would see that point if Candace was the one starting the fights. Candace is not starting the fights. They say something to her, she says something back, and then they don't like it, or they can't handle it, and then they hit her. That's not her fault. So once again, your point makes no sense. We go through Ashley's package, right? They talk about Michael producing movies and how they can potentially be porn films, okay? And she says that they haven't went down that lane yet. Now, mind you, when he said he was doing films, I did think he meant these could potentially mean pornos. But I was kind of saying that facetiously, like it could be a possibility, but I know he ain't that fucking stupid. But her saying that they haven't discussed it yet is like, I hope he's not that dumb. I hope he's not that dumb to actually get into the porn film industry. I hope he's not. I hope he's not. Okay. But then again, he was grabbing cameraman's, asses and stuff. So he could be that dumb. Ashley starts talking about her sex life with Michael, and Giselle brings up relationships with women, her possibly having a threesome. I don't know why we're sitting up here talking about her sex life like it's something that's normal. Okay, not to say that women having relationships with each other is not normal, but in Michael and Ashley's case is not normal. Okay, because he is a predator. Okay, it's not something that needs to be discussed. Anything having to do with sex and Michael and Ashley doesn't need to be discussed because we know his history, and it's not something that's just light or something just to breeze over, which I feel like it's being talked about like it's so normal, and it's not. Um, there's a question about Candace body shaming Ashley, postpartum. Y'all didn't notice during this reunion that every segment had something to do with Candace. Like that's why I call it the Candace show, because every segment led right back to Candace except for Wendy. Who actually had a damn storyline. I'm just saying. Giselle says she was offended, and Robin says that she knew that was a dig and that they were going back and forth. So basically, Giselle is talking about I was offended because you called her wide body and she just pushed out a baby. And then, Robin cleans it up and says, well, they were going back and forth and Candace knew that was a dig and she's good at that. Period. I I don't give a fuck about you just having a baby. And clearly you don't either. Because you dropped your baby off, came to Williamsburg and stirred up some shit, took your breast milk and went back home. So if you don't care, I don't, okay? There's a question asked about Candace's comments about Ashley's breast milk. And someone asks if Candace was jealous. Candace jokingly says, I'm jealous of having a baby, of Ashley having a baby before me. I thought it was funny because I actually thought she was about to cry. I said, now I know. I know, bitch, you is not about to fucking cry. Over, I know you ain't about to cry. I know. If I was like, even if I was jealous of Ashley, I would never admit that shit on TV. Like the fuck. But it was funny because they actually thought that she was being serious, but she wasn't. And did y'all hear Karen in the background saying, that's scary. Like y'all better clock Karen. Okay, y'all need to listen to Karen and some of the subtle shit that she does, right? Because then it was when Candace threw the piece of lettuce, she said she was scared. Now when Candace, joked about that, did that whole little joke or whatever, she's saying she's scared. She is using those dog whistles for a reason. Because let's not forget, she also tried to get Wendy off the show last season. So y'all need to pay attention to that. Ashley says that Candace will have a child and she'll be apologizing. Candace says she will not be apologizing. I wouldn't either. And Candace also brings up the comments that Ashley made about her hair being dry, and the conversation of colorism is addressed. Okay, so the conversation about colorism was addressed on the show, not in the way that I not in the way that I appreciate it, not in the way that I thought it should have been addressed. Okay. First of all, I saw some of the comments in the tweets saying, Candace is so ignorant. 4C hair is not considered to be dry hair. Why are we associating that with dry hair? Candace is reaching and this, that, and the third. Society, not me in particular, but society associates 4C hair with dry hair. That's why Candace made that comment, for those of you all who are slow. Okay. Candace didn't say that her hair was dry. She said that that is what Ashley said to her, that her hair was dry. Okay. And she has 4C hair, and she has an awareness that society often associates dry hair with 4C hair. That's what she was saying. Okay. Ashley knew what she was saying because I've never heard her say anything about anyone else's hair. Okay. I've never said her say anything about Robin's hair being dry, and look at Robin's hair. Okay. Look at Ashley's own hair. Her shit is dry on that stage. Okay. So she knew what she was trying to do. She knew exactly what she was trying to do, and she knew exactly what she was saying. Ashley says that light skin privilege and colorism does exist in society. Wendy asks the question, how can you see it in society but not see it in the group? And this is what I really wish that they would have dug deeper. I guess, they only have but so much time. And, when we talk about the issue of colorism, we can talk about it all day. At least I can. I really do feel like the other lighter complected women on the show really did not want to go into it. So that's why we probably didn't really talk about it that much. But here's the thing. When it comes to colorism on this show, okay? Candace has given examples after examples after examples after examples, and people are still choosing, not that it doesn't exist, but choosing to say that colorism doesn't exist. Ashley has 9 lives on this fucking show. Okay? She has had 9 lives. This woman came into Potomac terrorizing everybody, attacking people's marriages, their mental health, their tax issues. She's body shamed. And because she has pushed out some predator babies, she gets to be absolved of everything. Her whole history is erased. Her whole image is brand new because she's a brand new fucking mother. So when I want y'all to remember that, because if Candace stays on this show long enough and she just so happens to have a baby, I want us to particularly pay attention to how she's treated, right? None of these women has ever been held accountable. When are we going to hold Robin accountable for getting in Monique's face? When are we going to hold Robin for getting up in Ashley's face? Why is she not being called aggressive? But that's the name we're going to call Wendy. See, that is colorism, you guys. That is all colorism. These dog whistles. She's confrontational. She's aggressive. That's dog whistles that society uses to describe black women, and these women are aware of it. For Robin and Giselle to identify themselves as black women, they know that. That's why it's very intentional what they say and do to Wendy. It's intentional how they sit here and gaslight freaking Candace. When Karen is over there saying, "Oh, that it was scary. That was scary." She know exactly what she's doing. She knew exactly what she is doing. Why y'all think she tried to get Wendy off the show last season? These women continuously talk about each other to the white meat, below the belt, all of that, but has not apologized or been held accountable. But yet we are trying to put all that accountability on Candace. Get the fuck out of here. That is colorism, people. That is colorism. They bring up Candace saying that Ashley was a slave. Ashley, Candace did not call you a slave. She said that Michael was an overseer. Okay? Literally, the definition of an overseer is described as a supervisor, someone that oversees the workers. Okay? You took it upon yourself to add that shit in there. Okay? And let's not forget, once again, she was responding to a tweet that Ashley wrote while she was giving birth. I just want y'all to realize that, because y'all want Candace to care about her kids, but she don't even care about her own damn kids while she was writing that tweet and she was giving birth. And in this tweet, she mentions Candace's mother and her husband. But yet we completely dismiss that and just skip over the response. But there's no colorism. Okay. They Ashley says that Michael calling Chris white trash is between two white men. But her calling her a slave is something completely different. How, Sway? How? She didn't call you a slave. She said he drives his slaves. Okay? She did not call you a slave. Girl. Candace tells Ashley to earn her check another way, meaning stop trying to have confrontations with me to make yourself relevant. Stop trying to have a fight with me like you did at the dinner when they was at the little seafood restaurant on Wendy's trip. Stop going to my husband. Stop talking to my husband, okay, about what he needs to do to control me. Okay, when I'm arguing with other bitches, stay the fuck out of it. Like you interrupt, like those two instances where Ashley was interrupting Mia and Candace and trying to get on Mia's side. Yeah, stop doing that. So for Ashley to say, stop making me the subject of your conversations. No, bitch, you get in the conversation. Okay, so she addresses you. Nobody's making you relevant to anything because you're not relevant. Okay? Have you earned your paycheck? Have you? Not this season you have. You haven't earned your paycheck this season. You haven't. And really, are you earning your paycheck? Because I think Michael was earning your paychecks for you. Okay, because if it wasn't for him sucking and fucking all over you, you would not have a storyline. Hence, this season, you didn't have much of a storyline. As a matter of fact, you didn't have a storyline at all because Michael wasn't sucking and fucking around on you. So, I mean, I'm just stating facts here. So, Candace says that Ashley has done some stuff she cannot forgive, like right in that statement about her to Monique when that whole Monique fight, came about, right? I'm so tired of talking about that goddamn fight. But I mean, I don't know why everyone wants her to just to get over it. I don't Last season they understood that Ashley wrote that statement maliciously. She did it as a revenge to get back at Candace. Now we're sitting up here saying that she didn't do it to hurt Candace. Like, I can't make this shit up. I'm watching the same thing y'all watching. I'm just stating facts here. Okay, so they play Wendy's package. They bring up Wendy's changes that she made to her body. They ask the question why Wendy was so mad about the comments made about her body from Robin. Robin says that she was concerned, and when she says it, it wasn't. Wendy responds, "It's not what you say; it's how you said it." Honestly, I, here's my whole thing. If these women were truly friends and they truly was concerned about Wendy, they would have called her off camera. Okay? They would have approached her. They wouldn't have made it part of the story of their storyline. That's the bottom line. I think that is what Wendy's saying. When Robin says that, she was concerned about it and she came to her and they were concerned and then they sat at the dinner table in Williamsburg. Yeah, you brought it up. Y'all talked about it, but you used some words like loose. Okay? You know what loose means. And we all as women, we know what the fuck we know what loose means. Okay, so stop acting stupid, Robin. Okay, you knew what you were saying. You knew what you were doing. So let's not do that. Um they were trying to say that when Wendy was different because of her. They tried to say that Wendy's personality was different because she got into it with Mia last season. And Mia brings up the point, how I got into it with her this season was mild in comparison to what me and Ashley had. So what she's saying is I haven't changed. I'm still going to read you when necessary. So it's bullshit. What you're saying is bullshit. They asked Wendy if her reads was rehearsed. She says, "If I can handle the White House press secretary, I can handle these women." That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what y'all be talking about. Who the fuck is Giselle and Robin and Karen? Who the fuck is they? That we have to rehearse some shit for y'all, girl. Please. Wendy is coming out with a 5 and 7 wick candle. Congratulations, girl. They bring up the rumor about Eddie cheating on Wendy. So they talk about the blog. We all know who the blog is. I've always said this: if that particular blog is running a story, then 9 times out of 10 it's not true. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay, we all know who the blog is. The blog has wrote things about Giselle. The blog has wrote things about just about everybody on that cast except for Karen. Except for Karen. I'm just saying. So they're very malicious, right? So my whole thing is this: if we know that what they put out there is not true, why are we making that a part of the show? And why are we acting like, Wendy changed her body because of that rumor? Because she felt like she had to keep Eddie. If we know that this information is not true, why are we bringing it up? Why are we putting so much energy and so much emphasis on this rumor to so far as to say that Wendy is changing her whole personality and her body because of this rumor? No, that's not what happened. That's not what happened. Giselle, you ain't got shit to talk about. And you are at your best on this show when you are bringing up rumors and that could cause conflict between you and another castmate. You know that for sure because you have nothing else going on. So you had to be on the job. I mean, that's just what it is. But that's it for the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion, y'all. This is like 40 minutes. I did not expect for it to be this long. Tell me your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe to my channel. Until next time, toodles.